Shalom everyone. Are the Palestinians that are living in Israel willing to ever find a way to live in peace with the Jews? In this video, I want to focus on the Muslim point of view regarding this topic. Now, when it comes to Israel, Muslims have actually two beliefs. One, that is, the actual land belongs to them, that it belongs to Islam. And two, that the mosque in Jerusalem must be kept pure. And it is because of those two beliefs that no peace negotiation will ever be acceptable to them, and that Israel as a nation needs to be and has to be destroyed. Now, because they believe that the land belongs to them, once the Jews actually declared the birth of the nation of Israel, it actually became an insult and an outrage to the Muslim world because it took the land away from Islam. Now, in 2000, a Muslim scholar wrote something which I actually want to read to you guys. He said, "The Jews came and attacked this land and stole it. And this will not change the fact that this land is Muslim, and it will remain that way forever. If we aren't able to liberate this land today from the Jews, this doesn't mean that we can give it up. We have to work until the time comes, and then we will bring it back to the Islamic world." Now, for the Muslims, the only solution is to eliminate Israel. I want to read a passage from the Covenant of Hamas, talking about the elimination of Israel. It says, "The Islamic resistance movement is a distinguished Palestinian movement whose allegiance is to Allah and whose way of life is Islam. It strives to raise the banner of Allah over every inch of Palestine. Israel will exist until Islam will obliterate it, just as it obliterated others before it." Now, it's not just radical Muslims who actually say these kind of things. Normal preachers in the Muslim world, normal preachers in the Western world actually do say the same thing behind closed doors, not in public, of course. I also want to read something that a sheikh in Saudi Arabia said. He said, "Today the Islamic nation already knows that the Holy Land will not be liberated by dallying at vacation sites or sitting around the negotiating table with infidels. The solution is to do what the Prophet did to the Jews when they violated the agreements. The solution regarding the Jews is, as the Prophet Muhammad said, 'I have brought slaughter upon you.' Yes, the solution for these is not peace and harmony. Jihad, not peace, is the solution." There was also a book which was published in the US, and in the book, one excerpt I actually want to read, and it says, "Every Muslim must believe that it is a very high calling from Allah in his life to go and to fight and to kill the Jews." And that's actually really rather true, because it is all over the Quran as well, no matter how much the Muslims will deny it. That is a fact. Now, there was an interview in England that I watched of a Muslim sheikh who actually also said, and I want to read what he just said. Not just, but he said it in the interview. "Israel is a cancer planted by the Western countries and the United States. It's the responsibility of Muslims everywhere to participate in the effort to remove Israel completely." Now, in my previous videos, I said that Islam is all about converting or dying, and it is all about violence. And I wanted to sort of make this video because in my previous video, I went over some examples of why exactly the Muslims hate the Jews, and I wanted to do this separate video of this separate example of one, which is, they're all important like I said in my last video, but this is a big one because a war is coming, and this is one big example of what Muslims believe about Jews, what they think not just about Jews, of course, about every single infidel, but mainly about Jews. And so I wanted to do this separate video about the elimination of Israel to point out what Muslims are thinking and believing and planning initially. So I hope that answered also some of your questions that you might have had. And so, yeah, thank you for listening, and until next time, shalom.